No hay nada que negociar. El territorio no se puede negociar. La soberanía no se puede negociar. La vida de Honduras no se puede negociar. Ni la existencia del Estado de Honduras tampoco se puede negociar.
Próspera es un enemigo del pueblo hondureño, especialmente enemigo de aquí, de este pueblo de Roatan. Y debemos de verlo como enemigo.
So some of the things that I'm about to discuss right here in this video has already been done, as in the Zeti prosperity have already came about 7 years ago, and they are already doing damage. I did a quick search here and it looked like they already came to a community of Garifuna culture area and kind of dismantled their community for building. Okay, so there's a video up on there. I'm not gonna go fully into details. Yeah, so just watch the video so you can get a better understanding of what's going on here in Roatan regarding Zeti and prosperity. If you don't know what that is by now, this video should explain to you what's going on and what to expect or what not to expect. Prosperity is also known as Zeti, which is the zone for employment and economic development, all right? So it's been a problem in Honduras since 2013. We are now 10 years in. So the initiative aim was to promote economic growth and development in Honduras by establishing autonomous regions with special legal frameworks that enable them to be more flexible and agile in attracting foreign investment. So basically what that means is it helps them create special areas with different rules to help companies from other countries invest and create jobs in Honduras. They hope this will make the country richer and better. They hope, right? Okay. Some people think that Zeti is here for a good reason, but others believe it's not all good because it might hurt Honduran and the people who live there. So they think it might make it easier for companies to take advantage of the countries and its people. So in this video, we're basically gonna explain and break down those things, all right? So the things that we're gonna cover here are human rights, labor rights, and environmental impacts. One of the primary concerns around Zeti is their potential to impact on human rights in Honduras. Some people are worried about the Honduran rights with Zetis. They are concerned that it might make it harder for people to have their basic rights and be treated fairly. And some also think that it might not be good because it might make it harder for Honduran government to make decisions for their own country. So they are worried that the companies that come in to invest might not follow the same rules as everyone else, and this could be a problem for the country itself. So if it gets too big and Zeti is kind of like all over the place, think about that. It can kind of overpower the country itself if they just buy up all the property or just, you know, it's just not gonna be right in all aspect of that, all right? So they also have the lack of accountability can lead to human right abuse, all right? So as the companies operating within Zeti may not be subject to the same labor, environmental, and human rights regulations that apply in other parts of the country. Development of Zeti might not be good because the companies that come to invest might not have to follow the same rules as everyone else. So they can pretty much do as they want with you and create rules as they want. It's like its own government, its own world within a world, if that makes any sense, all right? So this could mean that the people who work there for these companies might not be treated fairly, and the environment might be hurt because they can do what they want with the environment. The establishment of Zetis could lead to displacement of local communities as land is acquired by development. And I just mentioned that. So basically, some people are worried that the Zetis might not be good because they might take land away from people who live there, which this could mean that some people might have to leave their homes and make room for new development. They can just come there and just take your land and take you out of it and put you just have you homeless then, you know? Don't even put you in a place to stay. Just say, you know what, I'm taking over and you gotta find your way. Labor rights, all right? Concerns about labor rights. Another major concern around Zeti is their potential to impact on labor rights in Honduras. Critics argue that the legal frameworks of Zetis allows for the exploitation of local workers, as companies operating within the zones are not subject to the same labor regulations as those operating outside the zones. So basically, people are afraid that some companies that come in and operate under the Zeti program can just abuse on the labor laws because they can basically govern themselves. They can say, you know what, I want this person to work for 18 hours when really they're supposed to be working for 8 hours, and there's nothing you can do about that because they have their own rules. All right, so that is one thing to be concerned about. All right, this can result in workers being paid lower wages, also getting paid lower amount than anything else for the same work that's outside of the ZETI's laws. Okay, so it's so much that goes into it, and being subject to poor working conditions. So basically working in bad environments. Okay, so this including long-term working hours, unsafe condition, and lack of job security. So basically they can just replace you anytime. Boom, you're not doing your job, next one, you're just a number to them. All right, so that's a concern there. Moreover, the legal framework of ZETI provides companies with exemption from taxes and other regulations, okay, which can incentivize them in engage in unethical business practice, including the exploitation of workers. So basically they can avoid taxes. This can create a race to the bottom as companies compete to offer the lowest wages and the poorest working conditions to attract investments. All right, so again, it can be a bad thing because to attract investors, they can actually pay you the lowest wages, so people can be like, you know what, I want to invest my money here because I'm going to get the most for my buck, which is going to kind of, they keep going like a rat race to the lowest wages. So the lower, like China for example, if you notice everything is made in China, it's because they pay the lowest wages for things to be made. That's why everything is made in China, because you get something made there for the lowest price so you can sell it somewhere else for the highest price. And that's kind of the same analogy for Roatan, if you think about it, as far as the labor work go. So do you want it to be another China? That's up to you. Another major concern around ZETI is their potential to impact the environment in Honduras. Critics argue that legal framework of ZETIs undermines environmental protection, as companies operating within the ZETI zones are not subject to the same environmental regulations of those operating outside of the zones. So basically, the environment, all right? This can lead to exploitation of natural resources, including the destructions of forests. All them trees out there, the nice green trees that you see in Honduras, they can be destruct, not there anymore in the next 10 years or 20 years. And also the pollution of rivers and other bodies of water. So those nice rivers that you go to, they can be polluted with chemicals or whatever the case may be, and they would not be there anymore, okay? So this ZETI program, aka Prosperity, because they also operate under different names within other countries. They also have the SCE in some other countries. So it's all the same concept, just under a different name. I don't have nothing against these people, or I don't have nothing with these people. It's just me just going off the article of what the dark side of it is, okay? And maybe I'll make another video on the good side of it too, if that's something you're into. Let me know in the comments below. The establishment of ZETI can result in displacement of local communities, which can have a negative environment impact. For example, the loss of traditional land. So if the ZETI come there and say, you know what, we're gonna take over PG and we're just gonna just do what we want with it, boom, Punta Gorda will no longer exist. So if you enjoyed this video, hit a like. If you want to talk about some more about the ZETI, let's have a discussion in the comments below. And if you want to know more, I could probably go visit the ZETIs and see what they look like. Probably get a view of how it look in Honduras. If that's something you're into, hit up the comments and then maybe I can risk it going, okay? But let me know in the comments how you feel about ZETI and those little 3 concerns that I just covered. And see you guys in the next video, okay? Peace out.